Hey YouTube, this is Marco Polo. I'm going to reiterate, let's retrace what is actually going on. 66%, two-thirds of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, that's not to say everybody's making it. Not everybody is actually surviving in a decent way. People are cutting back. People are choosing one thing or another, choosing to eat over putting enough gas in your vehicle to last you through the week, or to pay your bills, and getting things cut off like cell phones or power, water, getting those nasty grams, not paying your credit card on time. These criminal charges that these credit cards are actually throwing at people shouldn't even be legal. It's worse than what a loan shark would charge. 28, 30, 40% almost on a credit card payment. Really? Really? You deserve that much for lending out small amounts of money? Some people, it's getting kind of large. Their balances keep growing, and a lot of that is due to interest. So some people are living in a bubble. They don't realize, they think everything's good, and maybe for them it is. I'm not saying it's bad out here for everybody, but you need to understand what's actually going on around you. You might be in a bubble. You might live in a wealthy area where wealthy people are, and the prices at the store don't affect you at all. But damn, don't you even see that they're going up? Don't you even see that your money is being devalued? Or does it even matter? Because maybe a lot of it just keeps coming in, and you don't think about things like that. So, folks, I apologize to be this way, but I go through the comments on my videos, and I see a lot of people saying it's not actually the way you say it is, and you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and not everybody's having a hard time. No, not everybody's having a hard time, but we're focusing on the people who are, and that's the majority of people. So take your head out of your ass and look around. You might see something that's going on, and these videos should not offend you. They shouldn't offend you. A lot of people, they can connect, and we can have these discussions. And I'm not here to put anybody down. If you actually think everything is wonderful, it's blueberries and peach cobbler, wonderful for you. I'm glad that you don't have a lot of stress in your life. And you know what? The rest of us want to feel that way too. So don't put nobody else down or say that, the facts aren't the facts. When two-thirds of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, that means if you miss a paycheck, you ain't living right. You ain't living well, and your stuff is not being taken care of. And that's for most of us. That's for the people who are living on paychecks. Just today, I was speaking with a young man, and he was expressing to me how high the rents are, and that he isn't able to buy a house at this moment, and that things just kind of got away from him. He was looking to buy a house right around COVID time, and yada yada. We were dealing with so much in this country. Each family was dealing with so much that dream had gotten put off just a little bit. But immediately after all this government printing and stimulus and massive amounts of money coming into the system, all the assets went through the roof, including housing, and it put fellas like him out of the game. He cannot afford to buy a house. He does have a decent job, but the payments are too much. And the insurance and the taxes that are included into it, he did his math, it's too much. He cannot comfortably survive in this economy in a decent house. So he's renting. And that's the case for a lot of folks, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it probably is a better scenario for you or anybody if you're thinking about obligating yourself for a possible 30-year mortgage. What are they coming out with now, the 50-year? If you're going to obligate yourself for that long and you are in a struggle with tight margins, think about that. Really stop and think about that, because anything can go wrong in your life. And if it does, how are you going to take care of that situation if you don't have any extra money or any cushion to do so? You could literally be sacrificing what you're after if something was to suck your money dry, or anything like a job loss or a reduced income. So you got to think about stuff like that. It's a trap. It's a trap. Personally, I wish prices would come down for folks. Regular people doing a little higher than regular job should be able to afford to live a decent life, without having to skimp on everything and barely slipping by, especially being that this fella works like 84 hours a week. Come on, man. And he works hard. This shouldn't be out of his reach. It shouldn't, but it is. And I'm not saying everything should be this or should be that. I get to decide anything. No. But we're all human beings, and we're all people trying to make it in this world. We're building families and, productive members of society. But is society productive for us in the same time? We're putting out into the world. Is the world, going to bring back anything to us? And the way it is, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And things are getting further and further out of reach. And if I were you, I am me. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get assets, buy anything that can hold value or actually gain value or make money. And I think the stock market is a wonderful thing. It's overvalued at the moment, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you could get your hands on something, putting money in a bank is a losing proposition. You put that money in the bank, let's say you have $5,000, $10,000. You put that in a bank, it sits there. You feel good because you got a cushion and a savings. But next year, it doesn't buy what it bought today or this year. And a year after that, it's even less. Your money is being devalued. So you got to really think about putting in something that can hold the value, or at least keep up with the devaluation, which would be the inflation that's happening. It's hard to hedge. Everybody's in a scramble to keep your head above the water, to keep your money floating, to work hard for your money. Damn, don't you want to protect it? Well, that's another job in itself, is protecting the money that you already worked hard for. Thank you to the U.S. government for putting us all under so much pressure, because you can't handle the spending habits and you have to go out overseas and waste all our tax dollars. I love New Orleans. That's my home. We're not seeing a whole lot of love where I come from. How about you? Where are you from? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Anyways, I hope this video reaches you, and I hope you are in good health. Health is wealth. And, if you're not feeling right, if you're suffering, you're sacrificing your well-being for any reason, take a step back, do what you can, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you. This is Marco Polo. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.